I think you're getting a little too used to me. When have I stepped on your short stuff? Of course I'm back. I had another growth spurt, and who else is going to resize my armor? Like I trust anyone else with your master work. Come here, my friend. Oh, you give the best hugs. So what if your feet aren't touching the ground? All the better to swing you around and let you know how much I missed you. Are you well? Any trouble in the village? I was so worried about you. Mm-hmm. I'll put you down when I'm ready. It's good to see you too. I'm sorry for being gone so long. Really, I want to make a return trip, even just for your birthday, but things got out of hand. Once I tracked down that ogre camp, I found out they were in league with the dark elves, and they were planning an invasion across the entire island. I know, right? This whole valley, everybody who lives in it, it could have turned into a wasteland. I had to do something. Did you get my letters? Drat. That would be the work of the wicked Drow Queen. She must have been intercepting my post. No wonder she knew so much about me. So I suppose you wouldn't have read anything I'd sent you. Hmm. You know, I was kind of hoping that you'd have an answer ready. Might be a little harder to ask in person, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I should explain everything. Mind if I sit? No, you stay right here. I want you close. My lap has to be as comfortable as any of your chairs, right? It's just us. Let's both take it easy. After the revelation at the ogre camp, I rallied a party with some of my Amazon cousins, the ones I trained with in the deepest woods. Then we teamed up with a wizard we met along the way. If you're going on a mission to destroy a dark tower and everything, you've got to have a wizard. Although he turned out to be not quite as useful as we hoped. Turns out, when it comes to the demolition of strange evil towers, a half giantess with a sledgehammer is plenty. And I had the best armor on this side of the ocean. Although I'm starting to wonder if maybe I might be 3/4 giantess. I've never heard of a half giantess still having growth spurts into her adulthood, and mine are coming even faster, if anything. I'm not sure how many more of these growth spurts I can have before I'm just, you know, a giant. Where's the cutoff point? Around the size of a house? A castle? I might actually be useless as an adventurer if I can't fit in a dungeon. Maybe I'd have to specialize. No dungeons, only dragons. I'm kidding, but I guess it is something I worry about kind of a lot lately. Oh, this? Yeah, my breastplate got an awful dent. Some capults hit me with a trebuchet, and not like with a rock shot from a trebuchet. I mean, they were trying to hit me with a rock, but something came loose. I heard a snap, and the whole machine flew into the air. The arm nearly snapped my neck. I swear those little lizard jerks get more dangerous every year. Did you know they have blasting powder now? I imagine it'll be years of development before they can blow up anything besides themselves, but still, a trebuchet is enough hazard for me. Thank goodness. This helmet you made is holding up great. The whole thing only glanced off of me. Um, don't worry about that puncture. That's not your fault. There was sort of a fighting pit type situation, and I was matched against this iron bull. Turns out, when you charge head first against a mechanical cow, nobody wins. Yeah, I remember promising I'd be careful, and I was careful. What about all the dangerous things I didn't do, huh? I turned down a lot of stupid ideas just because I knew you were worrying about me. You were worrying about me, weren't you? I'm a big girl. I can look after myself. Look at these biceps. I'm not some damsel in distress. These big, strong arms keep this side of the mountain safe, don't they? If you don't think they're sufficient for protecting little old me, then maybe you can give them a little feel. Make sure they're strong enough for your liking. They are bigger. Great exercise, adventuring. You like them? Then maybe it wouldn't be so awful if they got a little bigger, huh? If you're just concerned about keeping your best customer safe, then I guess these growth spurts aren't all bad. Oh, and these armored boots. Did I tell you that you're a genius? These masterpieces saved my life. Seriously, I did a lot of walking. I don't know how you got dragonhide to be so comfortable, but these soles are like marching on a cloud. I'm serious. If you ever get tired of beating steel into shape, you could go full time on leatherworking. You really are the full package. Oh, and also, they did literally save my life too. Blistered, battered, and complaining is one thing, but avoiding a snake bite is another. We ended up on a side quest in the swamps of Argon. Something about tracking down a hag who brews invisibility potions. It's a long, long story. You know, I assumed a giant python would have been impossible to miss, but to me, it just looked like a regular python. I didn't think much about the poor little guy trying to bite my ankle. I was walking through a swamp, and turns out the Arcanese giant python is literally the most deadly snake in the world. The wizard only managed to tell me that after he ran up a tree like a scared cat. Then he wanted to know who makes my special fang deflecting boots. But a girl's gotta have her secrets, right? If every adventurer knew about you, you'd hardly have time to work on my oversized armor. Hope you don't mind our uh exclusive relationship. I'm sorry, just it's your stupid smile. It makes it all seem worth it. Every time I miss you, wrote you, wish you were nearby, maybe I just wished I could see that smile. I don't have a ton of friends. I don't allow myself a lot of them in case I outgrow them. This happened before. People don't always adjust to looking up at me and then looking further up at me, but you just seem happy to see me again. And I don't think it's just because I've got a big bag of treasure to pay for some new steel. I, yeah, I guess I will take some armor repairs. Better to have it and not need it. But I was actually thinking about setting down, taking a break from adventuring, at least until my body decides how much more growing it wants to do. I've got options. I might have written to you about one of my ideas. Stupid, really. It's kind of a big step, especially for me. I'd feel awful if I tried and failed, but I don't know exactly when I would be ready. Okay, here goes. In my dealings with that swamp witch, I managed to haggle for some magic beans. Not like grow into the sky magic beans, but the kind that will let me grow some massive vegetables, giant vegetables, you could say. It's nice to have an option, a plan, in case I don't stop growing anytime soon. Feeding yourself with hunting in local taverns is basically impossible once you hit a certain size, and I think it would be nice to try to make stuff instead of break stuff for a change. Farm. Is it a bad idea? I was going to build a little house on the Mesa of Solitude, since nobody else can get up those cliff faces. Just a one room cabin, nothing fancy. Not for my first year. The soil there is dark and rich. It's not too far from town. But the trouble is, I'm not too crafty. I've never built anything before in my life. It's not like they make carpentry books in my size. You built your forge yourself, right? I thought so. It's got your style. I've got some money set aside. I've been burying it, actually. How would you feel about me hiring you for a year or two? It's not like you haven't worked on long projects for me before. You could come live with me in the mountains. I build you a new forge, first building after the cabin. I need nails, a plow, shingles, maybe even help breaking up rocks in the field. It's hard work. Everyone knows starting a new farm is the hardest work a person can do. But I'm strong. Maybe I can do it. But I know I could make it. With your help. I'm certain. More certain than anything in my life. How could it not work out? You and me? I think we're a heck of a team. More than a team, actually. If you were up there, we could make it a heaven. We could build whatever we wanted. A house with a porch, at whatever size I need, with lots of rooms, rooms for a family. If you want a family, I mean, I guess. Oh, by the Titans, why did I mention family? Oh, I'm getting this all in the wrong order. It wouldn't have to be like that. I can keep things separate. But if you're asking, yeah, I know this is totally crazy. I can't just run off with you. I mean, you and me as a couple up on the mesa, just the two of us? How would we ever get anything done? I would get greedy. I usually only get to see you for a few days at a time. But my own handy blacksmith, my partner in the Underdark, you have to want something. You've got to believe in something. When the world's terrible, you need to carry a little light with you. You're my light. I want to follow my dream. I want you to come with me, and if that's possible, if there's some way I could fit your dreams together with mine, if I could make you happy, like you make me happy. I'm rambling, I'm sorry. You must need some time to gather your thoughts, maybe decide how you're going to handle the crazy half giantess and her fantasies. Sorry. Do you want to be alone? Oh, yeah, I can lean down, sure. You're, uh, oh my. Oh my goodness. You, I should wear my hair down more often. If you like sticking your fingers in it so much. Mm-hmm. How long have you been waiting for me? You always knew how to make complicated things simple. I can't stop smiling. Gosh, is that a yes? Then let's take a big step together.